Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Patreon and partners along with Bob Iacchino. So, Bitcoin finally getting close below 6,500. We're starting to get some separation in the rotation zone. So now major overhead resistance is coming in about 65.11 to about 65.33. So in any rally, we're going to see if it goes up there and then rotates back down, or if it just pops into the same congestion area. It was making lower highs. You can see it stair stepping down, so there's weakness on every subsequent rally. It did make this lower low here to here. So far it's put in a slightly higher low, but we do have the rotation zone against us. So anything now overhead, what was support, now becomes resistance. All right, and these levels are really projected down. If you want some minor levels, because of that big spike up, if you want some minor levels, you can do something like this. You know, if you're looking for areas where we could possibly get reversals, if we get below 64.71, you could go to 64.48 or about 64.25 or the next very minor levels. And there's nothing really reinforcing that, so those levels don't have to hold. But if we do get a nice quick bottoming pattern, that would be on a very scalpy basis, though. And for us, that would be forcing a trade, but just showing people how you could do it if you were looking for levels. Let's check in on our daily chart. So here's our daily chart. You see, just here's the progressively lower highs coming in here. We're going to still see if this can squeak out a lower low. It's not anywhere oversold territory. So there's just nothing really to do but continue to sit on our hands and wait for a reversal pattern, although this is slightly now favoring the short side, so because of this little weakness. Before we get back interested in the long side, we'd really have to get above, at this point, 6,600 again. That would put us above all this on a closing basis, that is. And then we'd start watching for pullbacks. Other than that, it's still sitting on our hands with Bitcoin. Switching over to Ethereum. Ethereum holding up slightly better than Bitcoin. You see it's not making lower lows. It's really holding. This 203 level is very, very critical for Ethereum. So that's what we're watching. A close below 203 has not happened yet. You can clearly see it's dipped below it slightly, but not closed below it. And it spiked here a little higher high, but there's still weakness. It's just not as weak coming in as Bitcoin. Still same levels of before, about 201.43 to 201.61. Next key support level should we break down below that 203, and then we'd be watching for the retest of the 200 level. Bitcoin's just pretty much got flat. Now remember, with Bitcoin, we do have the overhead rotation zone. So any rally, first level of resistance based off the daily chart is coming in about 205.50. Next major area now is coming in about 210. So on any rally, really watch 210. And if you were getting aggressive and trying to pick a bottom in here, which we would not recommend, at least move up your stops if it rallied towards 210, or take off some partial profits. Again, this is very flat, not even an oversold for RSI. Again, sorry it's boring, but there's just nothing going on here. There's just nothing to do right now. You can see the bigger picture. It's just been caught in the same range for quite some time. And really, we've been caught in a huge consolidation pattern since the middle of September. So we're just waiting to see which way it breaks out of this big pattern. But before that, the minor areas are the ones we'll be watching, the ones we've talked about multiple times. So we have for you on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.